What's up, LA gangsters, American gangsters, worldwide gangsters? This is Gangsta Transform Compete TV, and my name is Peasy. Our mission is to profile or interview ex-gangsters, hustlers, or anyone involved in the street lifestyle and have transformed themselves into positive members of society. We aim to prevent the unaliving or imprisonment of another. Today I'm going to profile a young man who I had a great conversation with and enjoyed hearing his story. I was actually doing a telephone interview with this young man, but the audio didn't turn out as I would have hoped, so I'm going to do a profile based on the conversation that we had. The man I'm going to profile is Mr. Kurteiz Thompson. We meet the gangster. Mr. Thompson was born in June of 1988. He was raised first on the east side of Detroit, Michigan by East 7 Mile and 175th. He would later move to the west side by Puritan and Greenfield. Mr. Thompson was raised by a single mother, like so many of us that hit the streets. The relationship between his parents was a struggle at best. His parents were plagued with drug addiction. As an aside, drug addiction has severely crippled minority communities, and the shrapnel from those zombied out communities is destroyed families. Destroyed families usually leads to a one-parent home, in which that one parent has to work a lot or work extra hours to keep the lights on, and there goes the supervision and raising of little Johnny. And now the streets are calling little Johnny. We know how that story goes. Back on topic. Because Mr. Thompson's parents were addicted to drugs, they lost him and his two siblings to social services until their grandmother was able to come get them. As an aside, how many times have we seen that picture? Shout out to the selfless grannies in the world. Back on topic. Mr. Thompson's father would then leave the family and start another family elsewhere. Mr. Kurteiz would join a gang at the age of 17. That gang would be the Insane Vice Lords, and over time he would rise to be a very high-ranking member. He went from rushing rivals on the street for wearing the wrong colors to being involved in one of the largest racketeering cases in the history of Detroit. Mr. Thompson would ultimately do years in federal prison due to that RICO. While at Ken Ross Correctional Facility, he was stabbed in the back during a riot with his opposition. In addition, he would also suffer a broken left hand. 8 people were seriously injured in the melee on the yard. Mr. Thompson enters his transformation phase. Now, being stabbed in a prison riot will make a fast learner rethink the direction their life is headed. Mr. Thompson came to the realization he didn't want a life in and out of prison. So he started to prepare for his future, which is what every person should do before they get out of prison. Sit down and write down a plan and work towards that plan. Focus on that plan and view that plan every single day. Back on topic. Mr. Thompson would start taking classes. He got his GED and he renounced his gang membership because he wanted to live his life free of strife and negativity. He started writing, and when he looked up, he had 3 books. Mr. Thompson would exit prison with a different mindset, a different focus, and that would be positivity. Mr. Thompson enters his competition phase. He will become certified to cut trees for the city, and he devoted his time to sharing his story as a gang interventionist in hopes of steering the young in a positive direction. The names of Mr. Kurteiz Thompson's books are Dropping My Flag, Picking Up My Life, American Lockdown, and Rico Conspiracy. You can find out more info about his books at KurteizThompson.com. That's spelled KurteizThompson.com. Mr. Thompson also has a clothing line called P.Y.P.O, which is an acronym for Put Your People On, which has turned into a movement on the East Coast, and I'm going to support this on the West Coast. You can get more info on his clothing at putyourpeopleon.com. That's PUTYOPEOPLEON.com. And if you're in the Detroit area, you can visit his clothing store inside Greenfield Plaza. Now at this point, Mr. Thompson is out of prison, working legally, caring for his young toddler's son, working to influence the youth, and being a positive member of society. Now the day comes when Mr. Thompson decides to pay a visit to an old friend, a friend that he used to bang with. This visit to the past would affect his future in a drastic way. As an aside, people, it's very important to be careful who you surround yourself with. If you've changed your life and left the street life behind you, you can still get pulled back into the BS by who you associate with. Back on topic. So as Mr. Thompson was paying a visit to an old comrade, just to shoot the Willy Bobo, ops from a rival gang came to rob his old associate. A knock at the door was heard. The verbal response was suspicious, so his old associate didn't open the door. Next thing you know, gunshots ring out and bullets are flying through the room. One bullet strikes Mr. Thompson in the face, lodging in his mouth. Another bullet enters his arm and exits his shoulder. This attack happened just a couple weeks after Mr. Thompson's sister was murdered. So now, Mr. Thompson lies in a hospital bed. He's just been shot. He has a heavy heart from his sister's murder, and his 10-month-old son is on his mind. Now, in a situation like this, it would be easy for someone to backslide. Your sister was just murdered. You were just shot twice. And revenge will be on a lot of people's minds. But Mr. Kurteiz has several reasons not to retaliate. None more important than being there for his 10-month-old son. For this discipline and devotion to his son's well-being, I take my hat off to you, Mr. Kurteiz Thompson. Now, he still has complications from the attempted unaliving, but he is recovering and still focused on helping others. Mr. Thompson's goals for the future are to be a motivational speaker, a best-selling author, and to open a recreational center. Mr. Kurteiz Thompson, I respect you for the man you've become, the father you're dedicated to being, and working with the youth. We thank you. We champion you, Mr. Kurteiz. This is Gangsta Transform Compete TV, and my name is Peasy. If you like our mission, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and leave a comment on what you think about Mr. Kurteiz Thompson. Our goal is to prevent the unaliving or imprisonment of another. God bless.